am back on my journey of learning how to paint, relatively self-taught with some tips from a friend who is a painter, but nevertheless, learning. You might have seen from my short series after I crashed the Prelude and then fixed it, I did recently paint my own bonnet, which quite frankly, it wasn't even the paint that was the issue. The prep of that bonnet just took so long. And I thought to myself, if I never paint another bonnet again, it will be too soon. Tell me why I'm about to paint another bonnet. It is the 27th of May. Players weekend is the 6th and 7th of June. I will be leaving on the 5th. I basically agreed to paint some stuff on Ollie's E36 on the basis that he wasn't taking it to Players. He then got a track time ticket, so now he's taking it to Players. If all I can get done between now and then is this bonnet, I'll be happy. But I work full time, so I've got, at this point, probably like 2 to 3 evenings of like 2-3 hours and maybe like half a day Saturday and half a day Sunday to get this prepped, primed, flattened, painted, flattened and polished. You know the drill. Maybe don't, I don't know. But anyway, I thought I'd just show you what we're starting with. As soon as I saw this E36, I just immediately wanted to paint this bonnet because, I mean, it's not very nice. It's old, it's an old car. It's got a lot of stone chips, which is to be expected. It's got a few nice, lovely old scratches in it as well. It's also got a lot of nasty paint, which is probably a result of bird. And there's also a couple of bits where someone previously has tried to flatten the bird out and burnt through. It definitely needs it. This is Boston Green, which is a lovely colour. It's got a really nice flake in it. I have painted a few bits so far on this E36. I've painted some side skirts and some wing mirrors. I really am going to end up doing a full car respray at some point. That's a job for another day. So, step 1, bonnet. I don't know how far I'm going to get today. It's already like 6:30. Going to try and flatten out that as much as possible, flatten out all the stone chips and then get it ready for primer. What I do actually want to do before anything is actually take this outside because it's nice and sunny out there, so I might as well make the most of it, and also it's going to minimise the amount of dust that I'm creating in the garage so that when I come to clean it before paint, there will be less to clean up. Smart moves. So let's try and move this bonnet. This is much smaller and lighter than my Prelude bonnet, so that's nice. I seem to have caught something. That was so minor. I feel like the Hulk right now after that. Panel stand. If when I come to flatten this, I find out it's got dents in it, that might just send me over the edge. Anyway, what I'm going to do right now is just take off the washer jets and... Why can't I words? What are they? The badge. I'm going to take the badge off. I took a minute to Google how to get the badge off the front, and a lot of people were making a lot of fuss about not being able to get it off and the grommets on the back, but I've literally just stuck a tiny flathead under it and hey presto. Lovely. And hopefully just the same with the what. No one tell Ollie that just happened. I've had a casualty because I was being reckless. It's fine, I'll buy him another one. I was patient with this side and that's fine. So I should now have everything I need off this so I can start prepping. I think I'm going to start with 180 just to try and get this as flat as possible. Can't shut the garage door now. Yeah, I'm going to start with 180 just to try and get as much crap off it in one hit as I can. It has come to my attention that I'm responsible for this chip because that was not there when I checked it over earlier, but it's fine because I'm fixing it, so. Get such a green face even when I wear a mask. Anyway, I have just finished Sanding the bonnet back to 120. I know I said 180, but I just wanted to get the top layer of lacquer off and all the main stone chips off ASAP. So went back to 120. I'm literally so green, I look like Shrek. Went back to 120. So as you can see, no more lacquer. Obviously have burnt through to the underlayer in a lot of places, but that is totally fine. Getting a little bit late now to be sanding outside. So tomorrow night when I get home from work, I'm then gonna buzz this off with 180, 320. Probably be alright to high build primer over 320 to be fair. Maybe might get a chance to primer tomorrow night if I'm lucky. If not, it'll be a job for the next day. But one thing I am definitely going to have to do with this is guide coat it, just to make sure that there's no majorly horrendous little chips left that I can't see. So catch you again tomorrow. Day 2 of trying to get this bonnet done in not a very long time, and today there has been a development in the sense that I had a phone call from Ollie this morning and he was like, I've just realised my MOT's expired, so now in addition to getting this bonnet done in a few evenings and half day time between now and when we need to leave for players, I've also got to then put the bonnet back on the car half done, take it for an MOT, bring it back, take the bonnet off and then resume my paint prep. Pain in my backside. I do own other clothes, by the way. This is just already green, so I thought I might as well carry on. I'm hoping tonight I can crack on with 180, 320, maybe get it ready for primer. It's a bit ambitious to say I'll get it in primer tonight, but who knows, if this goes smoothly it probably won't. So as you can see, this is the current situation. A few places have gone down to bare metal, but whatever, it is what it is. As you can see, there are still some chips, so I am going to try and just get everything as flat as possible. I will guide coat it once it's primed anyway, and I will put loads of high build on to try and cover it as best as possible, but this is obviously quite a quick job, so if he's going to moan, then I will literally jump on the middle of the bonnet and put a massive dent in it and then refuse to fix it. Alright, we're back to 320. Up to, I should say. We're up to 320. If you look at the sky, it's not looking great. I'm now going to get this and the panel stand back in the garage, and then I'm going to have a little tidy up ready for primer, and I'm going to try not to crash out in the meantime because I actually feel rough right now. Needs must. Was relatively painless. I've had a little tidy up in the garage and I've wiped my panel down. I'm gonna just blow it off before I do anything. Just getting my primer gun and primer and everything out. My cups, my mixers, stirrers, filters and all that. Just to get my primer mixed up. As I say, I have tidied the garage. However, I am still very much painting in very ghetto circumstances here because I am gonna build a booth that's probably going to be 2/3 of my garage, just so I can then have all my other stuff, the other end, blocked off so I don't get overspray on it, because at the minute I'm like, I've got shelves with all my tools and cleaning stuff and that on, and I've literally got like dust sheets and curtains over them. But this is what happens when you don't paint for a living and you're just doing it as a hobby. You just start, literally just start, and then just figure it all out. It's fine. I'm not too worried about high build primer anyway, because I'm going to block it all down, flatten it, get the orange peel out and any nibs out. So I'm not that bothered about much dust getting in the primer. Obviously, when it comes to base and clear, it's a little bit more a problem. But it's not really a problem because you can flat and polish a lot of stuff out. And from painting my prelude bonnet in here, I know that it will actually come out all right. So, because that's not too bad. For anyone that's seen it in person, quite proud of that. It's not perfect, but I don't care. I know the floor looks absolutely disgusting, but I have actually swept it and there's not much on it. A lot of that is stains from guide coat, so it's actually not as bad as it looks. Let's get this in primer. Right, I no longer get stressed about priming, actually, because priming is so forgiving. I've blown the panel off, I've wiped it down, garage is as clean as it's going to be in the circumstances. I also have a really nice fancy air-fed painting mask. I just need to get a new attachment for it and then I can actually use it, but I just have not done that yet and figured out what I need to buy. So we're back with my little pink. Let's go! So what I've just done is I've just literally gone over all the bits where it's gone back to bare metal, just so they've got a dust of primer on before I then do my full first coat. So no idea what I'm doing, but that's the thing. So as you can see, I mean, there was quite a lot of sections where I had gone back to bare metal, so mostly on the edges and stuff. So I've just dusted primer over them, and then yeah, I'll do my first full coat in a minute. That is coat number 1 done. I'm now going to go back in with a second coat. I might even do a third, who knows? See what happens. That's 2 heavy coats down. I'm now going to go in with a third because I've got loads of primer mixed up, so I might as well, and then I've just got more to play with when I'm flattening it back. I will never ever measure the right amount of paint or primer. It's always too little or too much. You can hear how much is in this, and I've already done 2 heavy coats. But okay, bonnet is in primer. I did actually do 4 coats of high build in the end, so fingers crossed I've got plenty to play with when I flatten it back. I feel like I've got a bit of a dusty moustache going on here. I'm going to leave that overnight. What I'm probably going to have to do, because I've got to go and get an MOT on this on Saturday, it's now Thursday night, I am working tomorrow. I'll probably get this put back on the car tomorrow night, so Friday night, put the bonnet back on the car, go for MOT Saturday, take it back off the car, and then I will flat the primer and then get ready for base and clear. I will catch you then. So I got the bonnet in primer the other day and then I had to put it back on the car to take the car for an MOT this morning, which passed. That's great. So now I'm back home, bonnet has come off again, and now I need to flat the primer back and then get this ready for paint today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block it with 320 and probably 500 as well maybe, and then DA it with probably 500, 800 grey scotch, and then hopefully be ready for paint. It is a bloody glorious day, so I'm going to do this outside in the garden again and make all the mess out here. If I can get this based and cleared today, I will be so happy, and there's not really anything stopping me because I have got all day. I'm going to be using Merca Abranet to block the primer. How has this happened already? How has this happened already? What the... Obviously this bit isn't done yet, but you'll see that it goes from having, like, obviously you can see like the texture almost of the primer, and then as you start flattening it, you get rid of all the texture and the high bits, which are obviously black because of the guide coat, and then it gets all nice and smooth. So obviously this is still got some that I need to flat, so I'm going to carry on. Even already you can just hear the difference of texture, so you can hear that that's all nice and smooth, and then over here you can hear how rough that is. getting dirtier and dirtier as the saga goes on. I've now blocked all the high build primer back to 320. I've had a change of heart. I was going to then block it at 500, but actually I think I'm just going to DA it at 320 first, just to see if I can just make sure there's no deep scratches or anything, and then I'll see how it is. I might then block it at 500, then DA it at 500, or I might just straight up DA it at 500. We'll see what happens. We are getting there. I've just finished DAing with 500. I'm going to get my 800. I would like to address my really crappy DA. My dust catcher is nowhere to be found, and all of the sandpaper discs that I have been gifted by my friend Andy are too big for my DA. So I bought this when I bought a load of sand, and this before they were 125 and these were all 150. So, but the whole point of the stuff that I film is that you don't have to be a professional. Everyone can learn. I have no clue what I'm doing, and I don't most of the time have the right materials, but we're just going to do it ghetto and we're going to get it done. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Honestly, gross. I've DA'd it to 800. I've just wiped over it with some soapy water just to get all the rest of the dust off, so I can have a little look over it. I think it's pretty fine. I've just got to go over with some spot primer where I have burnt through, but that is fine. It's kind of hard to see in both the shade and the sunlight, but yeah, pretty happy. Got my primer. I am using a primer from Paint Nuts today. They did actually really nicely last year send me a touch-up kit that I haven't used yet because I was going to use it, and then obviously I crashed the prelude, so everything that I was going to use the touch-up kit on, I then had to fully repaint the panel. But I do appreciate their patience, and anyway, I'm going to show you that this is a good primer to use. Some people have messaged me before and said, like, do I need an etch primer if it's bare metal? I mean, I'm not a professional, so some of you might shout at me in the comments and be like, yes, you should put an etch primer over bare metal, but I haven't done that yet, and things have been fine. So I'm going to carry on just using like Body Shop primer. So this is grey, I guess they do other colours. Take your primer, get a little edge where you burnt through. This is actually quite a bad burn through to be fair, but there we go. And just dust it over it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but essentially we're just making sure that we've not got any bare metal because we need some primer for the paint to stick to. Just going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back with my grey Scotch pad and scotch it off. I've just given the garage a tidy, ready to put this inside to paint. It's as good as it can be. At the end of the day, I'm painting in a garage with no proper extraction system, no separate room to prep panels and make mess. At the end of the day, if you want to learn, you just get on with it, don't you, and just make do with what you got. So there we go. I've got my grey Scotch, so I'm now going to scotch the primer, the spot primer that I've just done. I'll just show you this bit. So literally just... I don't know if you can hear that squeaking, but I live next door to a park, and the swing is literally in dire need of some WD-40. With scotching this back, you don't actually need to go nuts, but you can hear there where I've put the primer on that it sounds a bit rough, but here I've scotched it back. You can't hear the roughness, that's smooth, whereas there's rough. Also, I'm a little bit miffed, right, because Amazon Prime have this habit of just absolutely shafting my plans for painting. You might have seen the shorts when I was painting the bonnet and the wing and stuff on my Prelude, and basically I ordered some paint cups for next day delivery when I knew I was going to clear coat because I knew I needed them for the next day, and they didn't turn up. So I ended up having to use red cups, which are actually here. But last night I ordered tack cloths, and I also ordered screen protectors for my phone. The screen protectors have just turned up. Have the tack cloths turned up? Of course they bloody haven't. So I don't have tack cloths to paint. But it is what it is. I'd still rather get it done today and have a whole extra day for the clear coat to harden and then to flat and polish, rather than wait another day for tack cloths and then do it. We're just going to go for it. I'm going to cancel my Amazon Prime membership. Probably won't, let's face it, but I should. Bloody F you, Jeff Bezos. I take back what I said about Jeff Bezos, because I just found a whole stack of parcels by my side gate, which is not where people normally leave parcels. But now I do have tack cloths. Okay, cleaned the garage, bonnet is inside, got my supplies out, and I've just wetted the floor just to try and trap dust because, you know, ghetto conditions here. I've had to shut the big garage door, which is so hot in here right now. But at least the paint will dry, right? I'm now going to mix the paint up and then I'm just going to go for it. I'm not going to overthink it like I normally do. What's the worst that can happen, hey? It was so bad before that it can't possibly look worse. Good morning. I look rough. I've literally just woken up on a Sunday morning. So the way I left it yesterday, I only filmed a little bit of me painting because my camera then died and I just wanted to get on with it. Essentially, I did my first coat. I thought I was going to have enough paint to do the whole bonnet, but solvent, you do kind of go through it quite quick because it is quite thin compared to water-based paint. So I did my first coat and then I had to go and run and get some more paint. And then I came back, did another coat. I then ended up doing another coat, and then also I did a drop coat over the top as well. And I literally used all the paint that I had. So it was quite a lot. When it was going on, it looked like it was going on really nice thick coverage and it was really glossy and stuff. But as it started to dry, it has obviously kind of like mattened out. I'm a little bit concerned because the other week when I painted the wing mirrors in this same paint code, they did look really metallic even before the clear coat. So I'm a little bit concerned that even though I've put so much paint on this, it might not look that metallic when I do the clear coat. I'm going to clear coat it because I spoke to my friend who's a painter and he said that it should be fine once it's clear coated. So we'll see. This is where we are at the minute. Obviously it's got dust on it because I've not actually wiped it off yet today, but yeah, I mean, it's green. Really, really, really hoping it will look nice after clear coat. So I've not got long today. I actually really wanted to have a day off today and I wanted to get this clear coat done yesterday. But I'm going out at 11, it's 8:30 now. So I'm gonna just, yeah, hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Let's go, I guess. Okay, I've just done a grip coat. I'm now going to do my first full clear coat. Painting this weekend has really told me that I need to get my air-fed mask set up because I've woken up this morning with such a sore throat. It's wild that I've literally had one sat there for so long and I've just not sorted it. Giant forehead alert. I finished doing my clear coat. I've ended up with 4 full coats of clear on this. I'm hoping that that's going to mean I've got lots to play with when I flat and polish this, but I'm happy with how it's looking. It's looking a lot more glossy, a lot more metallic. You can see there is a lot of dust nibs in that, and there's a fly, literally, oh my god, if that lands on it, please don't. Get off, no, get off! Little that's going to be his final resting place. I think the worst bit is probably here. But, I mean, considering how much stuff was in my bonnet when I painted it, I know that I can get pretty much most of that out. So I'll leave it at least until tomorrow night to start flatten the nibs. And I'll just chip away at it in the evenings and hopefully get it done by Thursday night. Ready to go down to Players. I can't really lie, I'm not in the mood tonight. My throat is killing me, I'm not feeling good. Feeling a little bit under the weather, a bit poorly. This bonnet still isn't going to do itself, is it? So I lacquered it yesterday morning. It's now the following day evening. I'd like to give it more time to cure, but unfortunately I don't have the luxury of time. So I'm going to start flattening and polishing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet sand it at 1500 to start with, just to get some of the nibs out. And there is quite a lot. I don't actually think I've got any dead flies, but yeah. On the grand scheme of things, it could be a lot worse. Let's get on with it, shall we? As well as getting the nibs out, what you kind of want to do, again, I'm no professional, but this is just what I've picked up. What you want to do is basically get any peel out of the clear coat as well. So you can kind of see like the orange peel in the bits here where I've not really sanded fully. And then like obviously the more you sand, you then completely get rid of the orange peel and you just get like a flat bit with all of the scratches from the 2000s. So that is the ideal, is to get it looking like that, nice and uniform all the way over the bonnet and get rid of the peel, and then when it's all polished up it will be lovely and shiny. Okay, I've flattened it back to 1500. I've got all the nibs out, all the dust nibs, all the orange peel as far as I can see. I've just wiped it over so it's a few different colours at the minute where it's obviously drying and partly dried. It's actually taken me so long to flatten this. But alas, here we are. I'm just a girl. Okay, so when I finished filming the other night, I had flattened the bonnet back to 1500. Just to get all the dust nibs, and to be honest with you, you might be able to hear it from my voice. I am a bit unwell at the moment. I'm suffering with a really bad sore throat and blocked sinuses. Probably not helping by breathing in stuff. Probably my fault for standing outside the other day, thinking, oh, fresh air and sunshine, I don't need a mask. But, you know, here I am. I'm now ill, so wear your PPE. So I've been working from home all week. My friend Brandon has been here. He's painted a couple of things in my garage because it's been raining. I helped him as well, just do a little blowing on his fog light grill and stuff. While he's been here, he's very kindly helped me out while I've been working. So he did a Trizac 3000 pad on the bonnet for me and has polished it for me today, which I'm so grateful for, because honestly, like, I get out of breath just talking at the moment and I just don't think I would have had this in me tonight. But yeah, I'll show you it now and it is looking very glossy and I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, like, you can just see the reflections of my Maguire's banner and like my Bicester and my work banner there. Like, it is looking pretty good. Look at that. It's not perfect by any means, and I'm not going to tell you it is. Here I had quite a selection of dust nibs, which they are flat, but unfortunately you can still kind of see them. Not the end of the world, it's still a hell of a lot better than it was before. I also had a bit of a swirl here where I think I'd caught my t-shirt had overhung as I was leaning over when I was painting, but that is pretty much flattened out, you can't really see it. So yeah, there's a couple of little nibs left, but considering how quickly I've had to turn this around and how bad it was before, I don't think that's a bad job. But as I say, I'm so grateful to Brandon for helping me out with polishing this, because bloody hell, I don't think I could have done it tonight. So it's looking pretty good. It's probably going to go on the car. Well, it's going to have to go on the car tomorrow, which is Thursday, which is final prep day. I'm not even doing anything to the loo. I'm just going to get it and drive it down there on Friday. But final prep day for Ollie to get the E36 ready to take it on track at Players with a nice fresh bonnet. And I swear, if he crashes, I'm going to yeet this thing off and throw it at his head. So once again, thank you for watching my video of me trying to teach myself how to paint. I am going to section half of my garage off and make a little booth with an extraction system and stuff, just so that I can keep any dust out from the get-go. I've got plenty of stuff I still need to paint, so I'm probably going to carry on documenting my journey, because I feel like if I can blooming learn to do it, then anyone can. But this is just how I'm learning and how I'm getting myself set up from having nothing to start with. I'm going to carry on trying to get more long form content out, because I did a series of short forms for fixing the prelude. But yeah, thank you for watching and hopefully see you in the next one.
Go.